Dozens of subreddits are banning X-links from their communities. The GLAAD Media Awards nominated Paper Mario after Nintendo restored trans representation. And Sega unveils a player account system. It's Thursday, January 23rd, and this is Engadget News. Dozens of subreddits have opted to block links to X and their communities over the last 24 hours in a movement that appears to be gaining momentum across Reddit. Hundreds more appear to be actively discussing or considering a similar move with their members. Engadget counted more than 24 subreddits, which collectively have millions of members, that have already restricted their community's ability to post content from X in some way in recent days. These include large subreddits like Formula One, which has nearly 5 million members, and smaller communities like Ultraman, which has 30,000. The movement seems to have been popularized, at least in part, by the subreddit New Jersey, whose mods announced a ban on X-links Tuesday and shared in a post that now has more than 65,000 upvotes. Accompanying the post was a photo of Elon Musk extending his arm. Musk made two apparent Nazi salutes during a speech at Donald Trump's inauguration, which have been widely celebrated by fascists online. A number of other subreddits quickly followed suit, with many sharing a link to the New Jersey post. Many mods in announcing their ban on X-links have also cited the fact that X has made it increasingly difficult for users to view posts if they aren't logged in. The subreddit is instead encouraging members to share content from Blue Sky, which does not require a login to view posts. Many other subreddits are considering similar measures, and while this is far from the first time that Redditors have joined together in a form of protest, it's notable that so many are calling to remove a popular source for Reddit posts. 10 video games have received nominations for the 36th annual GLAAD Media Awards. This program celebrates media works that feature fair, accurate, and inclusive representations of the LGBTQ community and the issues that affect their lives. There are nominees for television, film, music, theater, journalism, and comics, as well as video games. And one of the 2024 nominees for Outstanding Video Game is the re-release of Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door for the Nintendo Switch. The original Japanese version of the GameCube title included a minor character named Vivian, who was transgender. The game contained dialogue about her challenges being misgendered and her journey to understanding her own identity. However, the 2002 international translations of the game, including the English version released in the U.S., erased that side of the character, removing language around Vivian's gender and pronouns. Last year's Switch re-release restored the character's original lines and story arc for English-speaking players to finally experience. The video game nominees also include Dragon Age: The Veiled Guard. BioWare has a long history of portraying queer characters and romance options in their games, and it's great to see them continuing that practice with the latest title. Horror film outfit Blumhouse's first foray into games, the fascinating indie project Fear the Spotlight, also received a nod. There's a complete list of all the nominees, and you can find that at Engadget.com. Sega has introduced a new system for player accounts. A Sega account will connect all of a player's games and services from both Sega and Atlas. It will also be a place for the two studios to share news, events, updates, and promotions about their titles. The accounts are free and anyone can register. To sweeten the pot, Sega will also offer bonuses and goodies to account members. With so many studios turning to games as a service, it's becoming standard practice to require players to create accounts or online profiles. Sega is a little slow to hop on that train, and there are some industry-standard features that are still in development for Sega accounts, such as a page for records related to games played. There's no language on the website now about if or when an account might be required. In announcing this platform, Sega said there will be various new services and features coming soon. We already know that Sega is working on a brand new Virtua Fighter game, We've also said goodbye to other old-school classics from the company. Seems like Sega is in a phase of transition, so it should be interesting to see what else they've got in store for this year. Thanks for listening. There's more to these stories and more tech news at Engadget.com. This episode featured journalism from Carissa Bell and Anna Washenko and was voiced and produced from the sound studios of Spoken Layer. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more tech news from Engadget.